event. We were there, obviously, and we found it to be massively entertaining. I know that you didn't get an exceptionally large crowd, but I think if it was to go on next year, I think that you'll find that it would be twice as big, don't you think?
Yeah. Next year, same event happened, and if more people like yourselves got involved who are more active in Crawley, then I think the event would be basically advertised at a much bigger crowd, you know, and then you'd get more people in. A lot of people weren't aware. I don't think that it was happening, basically. So that's the main thing, is we need to
promote it better,
basically.
Yeah. I would like to wish you all the best of luck. I'm off to try one of your bits of food now. See what it's like.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right, now joined by Ifti Haq. Now, I don't know if any of you know, but the Haq family are very prominent business people within our community and have been for many, many years. Ifti's father owns the shop over the road next to the Brewery Shades and has supplied us with goodies for many, many years. And I would like to now say hello to Ifti. Hello, Ifti.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for asking. Now, we're here specifically to talk about the Rock and Dhol event, which I personally think was absolutely smashing. I really had a fantastic night. Thank you very much for the invite, by the way. And a complete coup being able to interview the performers as well. Name some of the performers for us.
Obviously we had H-Dhami, who's obviously very, very big in the Bhangra scene. Then we had Mumsy Stranger, who's more towards the urban singing scene. We had Abbas Hassan, who's French-Canadian, speaks French and sings in American and Indian as well. But we had some local talent as well. Obviously we had KK, who's a friend of mine, and I've seen him perform since he was like 12, 13. He's done a lot of local shows where I've been doing security. And we had some dance troopers as well. We had Asian Street Remix, which I've seen perform again at many, many locations up and down the country. And fantastic. I mean, performances were fantastic. Crowd, again, wasn't as big as we hoped it to be, but Rock and Roll Part 2 will be much better.
Watch this space.
Watch it.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to film Abbas on stage because we were flitting from interviewing to watching to interviewing. We really need to get bigger sponsorship, and so we didn't get to see. But he was such a They were all really, really polite and very. Although, you know, some of them are obviously quite high up in their status at the moment, as in performers, there was no, you know, airs or graces about them. It was just down to earth.
These guys are so humble. When I was at university, I mean, you know, even at college, we talk about 1993, 94, 95. Rishi Rich is one of the most famous producers in the whole of the UK at the moment. And we will listen to all the songs he was remixing, producing, and we become such big fans of him in the mid-90s. And then throughout the years he's expanded, where he's created like the Rishi Rich Academy, which is like similar to the X Factor. People will come, they will perform their songs either in English or in Bhangra, and he would seek talent from there, basically. So people like H-Dhami, I mean, well, H-Dhami's got music in his blood. His father started a group called Haider in the 80s and 90s, and they were massive. I mean, they're the pioneers of Bhangra. So he was performing at a very young age with his dad. So he's been in his blood, and then, you know, he went to Rishi Rich, done some collaborations, productions, and he is now, I mean, he's touring America. He's 24th of this month. He's off to for Thanksgiving night in New York. He's done Dubai, Australia. I mean, around the world, these guys are touring. Then you got Mumsy Stranger, who is an extremely, extremely talented guy. I mean, this guy produces, writes, and sings. And he doesn't just sing. When you hear him singing R&B, he can swing straight to a reggae song as well. So, I mean, just amazing, amazing talent. And then you got Abbas Hassan again, he was obviously raised in Canada, but his songs are R&B, but at the same time I've actually heard him sing in French as well, and the girls just absolutely go mental about that. And he can go to the Asian scene as well, you know, with the Hindi lyrics as well, and it's fantastic. And again, you hear about these guys because, like you said, their status, they're so high up, and I've seen it. I'm their personal tour manager, so, you know, when we go up and down the country, like yesterday I was up in Nottingham with Mumsy Stranger, and my job is basically to pick them up from where they live, drive them to wherever we're performing, look after them on the stage, look after them around the venue. People want photographs, by all means. These guys are so humble that if it's up to them, they will stay behind the whole night and take pictures with every single person. Unfortunately, sometimes it's my decision to cut it short because we have to get to another gig, or it's a 4-hour drive. And these guys are so down to earth. I chill these guys in the car. We go for meals to eat. These guys, they ring me up every few weeks, and they're so nice. They're humble. Everyone, the backbone for them is, and they all know it, is without their fans, they wouldn't be where they are now. So again, they're so nice. Like you said, they're so polite. Any chance they help someone to do an interview, they'll do shout outs on a mic, and they're just so nice. And again, Mumsy Stranger, his album's dropping on the 12th of December. So hopefully, I heard it last night before anyone else has heard that. And I'll tell you what, it was banging. Sometimes you go an album, you don't like 2 or 3 songs. Every song was banging. I'll tell you, it was unbelievable. And I really think if he doesn't get to number 1, then Britain has not got the X Factor.
Well, we hope he does, because he promised us VIP tickets to his concert. But we also met off licence, who were charming, absolutely charming. We really got on very well with them, and like you say, they were, I had my picture taken with them, and of course Brian was behind the camera, as he is now, and they turned around and said, well, does hubby want a picture as well? It was just the thoughtfulness of the fact that they look, they saw that, does he want a picture as well? You don't really get an awful lot of that sometimes with famous people, because I don't know whether it's because they probably had enough of it after a while, to be honest, but they're very real and very present.
That was the second time I've met off licence. First time was, I think, last year at the Miller, and I looked at the performance, and the main singer, Sunil, his name is, he reminds me of a young Juggy D. Now, if anyone knows anything about Bhangra, Juggy D is one of the pioneers. This guy's fantastic. He's brilliant, and he's a new album's coming out soon. And this guy reminded me of a younger version of him. And this is the second time I've met these guys, and I love their performance. I really do. If you go on YouTube, any one of them off license, you type in H-Dhami, Mumsy Stranger, Abbas Hassan, you see their videos. I'm actually in some of their videos as well. Only when they're performing at the Mellars in London or in a club, if people are filming it, they'll put it on YouTube, and they get so many hits. Sometimes I read, there's a few people say, so I bet they're all arrogant and stuck up their own backsides and everything.
No, they're not.
I've met, if anyone, you guys are on my Facebook, you've only got to go for my profile pictures to see which famous people I've done security for. Peter Andre, Jagged Edge, Blackstreet, Jodie Marsh's wedding for MTV. The list goes on and on and on. And I tell you what, everyone who I've met have been so nice and down to earth. Honestly, Peter Andre was one of the most nicest guys I've ever met. He was so down to earth, just spoke about, finding religion and his kids and getting on with his career. And sometimes I think where people see, if someone has gone to meet them and they don't get a picture, for example, they think, oh yeah, they're arrogant, or they're so and so. But guys got to realise, these artists, they don't get time to have pictures with every single person.
No, I bet. It's very busy.
Yeah, sometimes, when I'm with these guys, on Saturday, we've got a gig in Cardiff and then we've got a gig in Birmingham.
Next year at Rock and Dhol, we're going to have a massive mixture in the crowd.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be massive.
Absolutely, because you guys are going to be helping us.
We will help you, we will, because we actually really had a thoroughly good time. Honestly, we so enjoyed it. It was a shame we had to keep popping in and out, actually, because it would have been nice just to, be able to watch the whole thing, but, eventually as time goes on and when we get sponsorship and and we can get another camera and stuff like that, it'll all happen.
Cameras or pieces where I've got a 10% discount card, but they may be redundant.
Yeah, trouble is, we haven't got the 90%. But it'll happen, and we'll be very happy to support you in any way we can next year.
For this first event, the first people who I thought, you had opportunities to bring other people to write about it, I thought you guys. A story about this woman. I was saving grace.
It's not about time to keep me out of liquid.
No, it wasn't. It was another time. We had a dodgy builder at my house, right? And he totally ruined our kitchen. No water, no gas, nothing. And this lady here and her husband here let us use their house. So thank you very much. They saved that.
It's all about community spirit, see? And his mum is gorgeous. She's gorgeous and she makes the best rice ever.
You can see where it's gone.
Listen, we'd like to thank you very much, Ifti. It was a pleasure to attend the event.
Part 2, it will be bigger, it will be better, and watch this space because we'll get some more people down. Not just going to bring that bigger people because these guys were very big, but we're going to include a bit more local talent. So as well as KK, let's, anyone else from Crawley want fancy performing at an event with these big stars, please get in contact with either Crawley Happy Times or even myself or Rock and Dhol on Facebook. We squeeze you in for the performance, and when the guys come down, the bigger artists from London, you get down to chill with them, you get to meet with them, and it's all about networking at the end of the day. So support a good cause at the end of the day, and let's get the community going. Let's go. And if your name ain't down, you ain't getting in.
Thank you very much.